Who's ready to geek out? It's Weather for Weather Geeks time on this Thursday, April the 2nd. It was nice before it rained, that's for sure. It got up into the mid-60s earlier, but now we have had a couple of rounds of showers. The first round that went through is now over here. Here's round number 2. As I record this at about 2:30 p.m., it's pushing through the Mahoning Valley as we speak. There's no lightning and thunder with this. Out to the west, there is a heavier band of rain from Sandusky down through Fremont and Tiffin and heading down into the western and northwestern sections of the Columbus area. But while there was some lightning earlier with this, not picking up any right now. Let me put a loop on this. Take a second for the loop to load up. But this looked a little more potent, say an hour or hour and a half ago. You notice some of the lightning showing up here. I'll actually even take off the radar so you can see the lightning a little easier. As this loops, you'll see the lightning start to appear out across western Ohio. There it is, and then it sort of goes away. So this line generally is undergoing some weakening, but nonetheless will probably bring us another round of showers before the afternoon is through. These are going to kind of come and go, as we've been talking about. It's not an all-day washout today, but the showers will tend to come and go throughout the course of the day today. As I've been mentioning in my videos and posts, the threat for severe weather, and when we talk about severe weather, we usually mean damaging winds or large hail. The threat for severe weather, very minimal, almost non-existent here today. Much higher off to the southwest. They've got an elevated risk from Joplin, Missouri through Springfield up to about Evansville, Indiana, lower Ohio Valley, mid-Mississippi Valley, in through here. And then what they call the slight risk extends up to about the Dayton and Cincinnati areas this afternoon. But as of right now, there are no watches out. We do have one cell that's producing a severe thunderstorm warning down towards the Ohio River, but no severe thunderstorm watches out just yet. So what's going to happen here in the valley for the rest of the day? As I mentioned, these are going to kind of come and go, these showers, but I think we do have a more substantial line of showers and even some thunder heading our way this evening. Let's talk about that. Skip ahead a few hours here to 5 p.m. By the way, at 5 o'clock, Lauren, Dana, Jasmine, and I will all be out at the Giant Eagle on Doral Drive in Boardman. Celebrity bagging for Harvest for Hunger. Come out to that Giant Eagle if you want to see us this evening, and I'll be doing the weather live from that Giant Eagle at 6 o'clock. Well, here's what the radar should generally look like at 5 o'clock. That line of showers that's out west now, probably petering out some as it comes east, but things will certainly be refiring out in Michigan and northern Indiana here at 5 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, about 45 minutes away from sunset, notice that that band is getting a little more organized now out over the lake and heading back towards northwest Ohio. There's probably going to be some thunder and lightning embedded in this. At 9 p.m., this is really starting to look a little more impressive. Check out this band that the short-term model, the high-resolution rapid refresh, has from Dunkirk, New York, back through Ashtabula, eastern suburbs of Cleveland. This is at 9 p.m., approaching from the north and the west. And again, if your dog is a little skittish about thunder, be prepared for it to perhaps get a little loud here for a while. We're not expecting severe weather, but I could see where there's some pretty gusty winds with this line that tries to come through here at 9, 10, 10:30, and here's at 11 o'clock as we go on the air tonight on 21 News. This will probably be clearing our viewing area to the south and to the east. And you know, I keep mentioning how severe weather just isn't all that likely, but if some of these storms manage to get tall enough, there is some wind certainly to be pulled down from the 5,000 foot level. Back this up a couple of hours here. Here's the winds up at 5,000 feet this evening, and look at this maxima right over Youngstown, where the wind will be up to 75 miles per hour. Any storm that climbs high enough can try to pull down some of that. So, you know, the threat for damaging winds is not zero. It is low, because these storms are not going to manage to get all that high. But it is, you know, worth a mention that it's going to probably get pretty windy here this evening, especially if we get some thunderstorms around 9 and 10 o'clock this evening. All right, let's plan our Friday then. Those showers and storms roll through this evening. As you get up tomorrow morning, here's 7 a.m., a lot of this action has shifted to the south and east as our front has stalled down here. So north of the front, we're probably drying out for a handful of hours tomorrow morning. By midday, here's noon, things are still looking pretty tranquil, but low pressure will be getting more organized down along our old front across the lower Ohio River Valley. I'll show you the isobars here. Low pressure down towards Evansville. Here's our old front, like here. And as this low comes north and east, it's going to draw in more moisture. So after a few hours worth of a break tomorrow morning, as we get into the afternoon, it's going to start raining again. So here's 3 p.m., showers approaching from the south and west, and then by 8 p.m., yeah, scattered showers. Any thunder's probably down here across Kentucky. Pretty good looking squall line, in fact, all the way from Louisiana up through Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Ohio. Pretty good looking squall line there tomorrow evening. For us, this will just be rain tomorrow night, and this rain then will, I think, as we go into late Friday night, we're talking past midnight probably, or maybe even around midnight, it's going to change over to some snow. Here's our low at 2 in the morning, out over Williamsport, PA, cold air being dragged in, and especially on the non-paved surfaces, this could coat the ground in some spots. Late Friday night and very early Saturday morning. Now, by the time most people were up Saturday by 8 o'clock or so, I think the snow's just about out of here. Maybe it's a flurry. But, I heard from someone, I heard it's going to snow Saturday. It's Friday night that it looks like, late Friday night that there can be a coating of snow in some parts of the area. Does someone get an inch out of this? I can't totally rule that out. I think the most likely areas for that to occur will be up in Ashtabula County, heading over towards Erie County and Crawford County, PA. But, I can't even totally rule out north of I-80 that someone tries to get an inch of snow on the grass, on car tops, late Friday night. Wouldn't that be something? All right. Easter is coming up. Saturday we turn sunny, uneventful day for the Easter, or for Saturday, I should say. Easter's coming up on Sunday, and we've been advertising this very low chance of a shower in the afternoon on Sunday. Probably going to take that out today from the forecast, as it looks like this front's going to just sort of lollygag up to the north. So while they can see spotty rain and wet snow showers in Buffalo and Rochester, and maybe down to the northern tier of PA, in our viewing area, I think Easter Sunday is likely to be dry. Next week looks pretty unsettled with a few rounds of rain and a battle in the temperature department, but in the longer range, been talking about this for days now, great news in the longer range. The pattern is changing across the U.S. The parched west coast is going to turn cooler and, yes, wetter. We're going to get some rain in California. And as we head towards mid-month, this is the 8 to 16 day outlook from the 10th through the 18th. A lot of above average temperatures, and when you consider average in the middle of April is in the mid-50s, we can expect some days, not every day, but some days, where highs are going to be in the 60s, if not 70s. And it wasn't an April Fool's joke. I can see where if things come together just right, for a couple of days here in mid-April, I could see where we make a run at 80 for a day or two. Way too early for any sort of specifics. I'm just speculating, but it's a warmer than average pattern we're heading into in mid-April. Check out my live weather report tonight at 6 o'clock from the Giant Eagle in Boardman, where we'll be doing some bagging. And I'll be on tonight at 11 o'clock back here in the studio with fresh radars. I'll probably do a web video and put it on social media this evening with an update on what we expect to have happen with that approaching line of storms. So watch out for that. Thank you as always for watching Weather for Weather Geeks.